Ayan na nga no, mga kababayan, na naglabas na nga ng statement itong si Senadora Amy Marcos dito nga sa pag-aresto kay Pangulong Duterte. Dito nga po maano natin, the arrest of former President Duterte is to bring down the Duterte before 2028. Yun yung parang plano daw, ano. Ito, pakinggan nga natin yung sinabi ni Senadora Amy Marcos.
Arrest of the former president on March 11 was part of a whole of government effort to bring down the Dutertes as early as possible before.
Narinig po natin the whole government effort. So, ibig sabihin, ang talagang gumawa ng paraan is gobyerno. Ito galing po mismo kay Senadora Amy Marcos. Baka sabihin na naman kasi fake news. Ito po pakinggan ulit natin si Senadora.
2028. Matapos ang tatlong hearing, there are several findings that we have already established. And firstly, that the arrest and transport of former President Rodrigo Duterte to the ICC is apparently politically motivated. And I have here the timeline clarifying exactly the political events. Shortly after, for example, when the former president started criticizing the constitutional change or the People's Initiative, the government responded by saying that the Philippines was an open country and could only stop the ICC if it did something illegal. A clear pattern begins to arise where major political incidents precede significant statements and actions of the administration cooperating with the ICC. After
kasi hindi nagtagumpay yung PI, kung naaalala nyo, no, yung People's Initiative. Tapos binakbakan kasi sila doon ni Pangulong Duterte, no, na kasi nga na wag nilang galawin yung ating konstitusyon. Kumbaga sagrado nga kasi yun at hindi dapat palitan. Tapos nung pagkatapos niyan, doon na nag-umpisa yung pagko-cooperate daw sa ICC, no, parang to bring down Duterte before 2028.
Former president attended that Quadcom hearing. The administration responded with a statement of the executive secretary saying that local authorities would consider cooperating with the Interpol. After that, when the pro-administration congressmen were told to tone down, to impeach because of the massive peace rally of the Iglesia ni Cristo, the administration responded by concocting Oplan Tugis, or Operation Pursuit, followed by the statement of the Secretary of Justice that the Marcos administration is open to sitting down with the ICC to discuss areas of cooperation. So it's apparent that the final arrest of the former president on March 11 was part of a whole of government effort to bring down the Dutertes as early as possible before 2028.
Malinaw yan si Senadora nagsabi. Yung plano nga, kailangan talaga ay ma-down nila ang Duterte bago nga mag 2028. Siyempre, alam natin kung ano meron sa 2028, yun ay presidential election. Kaya, siyempre, maraming mga nakaano na ano dyan yung mga kongresista. Siyempre, may mga ilang ano yan, may mga ilang senador. Pero para sa akin, hindi ko alam kung sino, no? Pero sa mga congressman, mas marami kasi halatang halata naman. Ito pa, pakinggan pa natin si Senadora.
Maliwanag to, no? Sa umpisa, yung constitutional change or the People's Initiative. Thereafter, the Committee on Human Rights and the Quadcom. And thereafter, the ICC started arriving as of October. The foreign investigators, lawyers, etc. Started to work on obtaining a warrant of arrest. And even since VP Sara continues to be a threat until 2028, even without former President Duterte, the House of Representatives conducted investigations on the president's, on the OVP's confidential funds, and eventually impeached her. So I have this Lakas party agenda indicating in their action plan dated 22 April 2025, Oplan Chorus, indicating that they had 9 billion in funds and that the plan
9
to attack.
billion? Sipin yun, pera ng taong bayan yung 9 billion na iginugol doon nga sa Oplan Horse na yun. Diyos ko Lord, sana ipinamigay na lang sa tao yun.
Included the PNP, the Congress cooperating with Senator Trillanes and the ICC to get a warrant of arrest, and the impeachment of the VP through the use of AIX, AKAP, and TUPAD. So I have a copy of this action plan. It's very clear. So firstly, there appears to be some political motive. Secondly, there's a cover-up, a coordinated cover-up of the details and motives behind the arrest. At the first hearing in the Senate, the Secretary of Department of Interior and Local Government invoked executive privilege when questioned about the group effort. Suddenly, General Anyo also said that he had no part in this group effort. So, another potent weapon of the government was to invoke executive privilege as well as a sub judice rule, or the claim that these cases were already pending in court, when in fact this was clearly misleading because already we know that there is no warrantless arrest involved and that there was no reglementary period requiring General Torre to rush the former president to The Hague. The other clear indicia of the cover-up
Kaya
was
pala
the
madaling-madali si General Torre, no? Huling-huli na sila. Yari kayo kay Senadora Amy Marcos.
blanket use and claim of executive privilege at the second hearing where not a single one of the executive officials turned up. At the third hearing, we also know that there was an attempt to cover up in that the detained Ambassador Lacanila, who was cited in contempt, was quickly released. And also, the committee received information that the administration has launched a communication plan to divert this week and the following weeks, divert the attention of the people from the arrest of PRRD to the issues in the West Philippine Sea and the alleged China troll farms. Perhaps not expecting the political backfire, there is now an effort to suppress news and information. Thirdly, if we are saying that there appears to be political motivation, there appears to be a concerted cover-up. Thirdly, there are possible criminal and administrative liabilities. Hence, we are inclined to recommend to the Ombudsman the investigation of the DOJ for the violation of anti-graft and corrupt practices, for sanctioning an invalid administrative arrest against the President in contravention of the Yuan Wenle Supreme Court case in 2023, usurpation of judicial functions, grave misconduct, and conduct
Ayan.
prejudicial to the best
Yung
interest of
lahat ng sinabi ni Senadora Amy Marcos. So, bahala na kayo humusga. At least ngayon, alam natin kung ano talaga yung nangyari at kung saan nagkaroon ng punot dulo hanggang ngayon na nasa dahig na si Pangulong Duterte. Mag-ingat po tayo.